right, here we are. Another day, another story. Seems like there's some trouble with the focus tonight, so it might be blurry, but this is what I'm learning. Why isn't it focusing? I guess too far back. Who knows? Anyways, got a new hat today. Struggling with my hair a little bit. Anyways, it is April the something or other. April, here, let's picture. Let's see, stop. Let's see. Okay. It's April the 10th, 2020. We're going to record another story. Life in the pandemic continues on, and today I thought I would talk a little bit about the things that have changed since the coronavirus came into our life. The biggest change for me is grocery shopping. I am the food maker in this house. I am the procurer of groceries. Always have been since the beginning, partly because I'm the one who cooks and partly because I'm a little bit of a control freak and I like to be in charge of getting the food in the house too, so that I know what I have to cook with. And so one of the biggest changes since going into shelter in place has been how we grocery shop. I haven't been into a grocery store, I would say, for 3 weeks now, maybe. Been getting all my groceries by delivery, whether it be Instacart, primarily Instacart, Target.com. The weird thing is, like, that used to be something I would use when I was feeling lazy and I didn't want to go to the grocery store. I'll pay a little extra, I'll use Instacart. And now it's something that I like obsessively refresh a number of times throughout the day to see if there's actually an available delivery date, because so many people are using it, trying to avoid the grocery stores because you have less control over coming into contact with people at the grocery store. But it's just this weird way to shop, because you're relying on a stranger to go and pick out your groceries for you, so you don't have, control over how many bananas you get. Well, you do, or the ripeness of your bananas depends on the person that's shopping for you. And there's been a lot of controversy around the way that people who do work for companies like Instacart are treated, and how instantly this became sort of like viewed as this job that people do as a, what's it called, the gig economy, just to make ends meet. And now it's like this essential service that we're all relying on, but they're not paid or compensated in that way. So there's been a real push at the company itself to be providing more protections for their workers. And yeah, they weren't set up to, the organization was never set up to be in charge of feeding all of California, which is where I live now. And so I have less access to apps that, I don't even try with Amazon Prime or Amazon Fresh. Those seem to be booked out forever. And again, Amazon is showing its true colors, is maybe not the kindest or best employer. I guess I knew that beforehand, but it's just brought to light a pandemic or a sort of global crisis really quickly shows you which companies are your heroes and which companies really still don't give a fuck. And Target has become one of my go-tos, and that is my story a little bit today, is to talk about how Target is so quickly, I know they're a giant corporation and they're probably wrong at a base level. But, oh, I went out of focus again. I wonder why that is. I wonder if I changed a setting or something. Interesting. Anyways, the story isn't working out very well. Anyways, I'm going to tell you a quick story today. I got crazy hair because I'm trying to figure out how to deal with my hair when you can't get to the hairdresser, which is something that is new now that we are in isolation or lockdown or shelter in place, whatever you want to call it. People can't get their hair cut, which really is not a big deal. But I just thought I would tell a quick story about the things that used to be easy that are now hard, like grocery shopping. I spent probably an hour on Instacart helping somebody shop for my groceries virtually, and super grateful for that person. But yeah, I don't go to the grocery store anymore, which used to be something I did. I get excited. I'd find, oh, hey, I haven't had that in a while. Ooh, I haven't seen that before. Why don't we try that? Ooh, are we out of this? But we really want that for dinner, so we've got to go to this grocery store today. And now what we do is I go to the refrigerator and I go, what do we have in the refrigerator today? What can we cook within the refrigerator? How can we avoid having to get groceries in the house? Because it's not easy. So it's definitely different, and it has changed my creativity. I made a new recipe tonight based on the fact that there was cut up pineapple in the fridge, and without wanting to waste the pineapple, I had to find a recipe that paired pineapple with chicken thighs. So sticky pineapple chicken it was, and it turned out great. And it reminds me, or it showcases how much even my family had become convenience eaters. Well, we eat whatever we want, and how I would say if I had to pick one thing that was impacting us the most right now, that would be it. Having to sort of let go of that convenience and lean into eating what's available, which is a terrible lesson to have to learn, because we live in a huge city, and because we live in a place that's big, we can get whatever we want. We could pre-coronavirus or COVID, we could get whatever we want whenever we wanted it within minutes. Well, maybe not minutes, but with, it would be on its way within minutes, let's say. And now it can take days to get a spot in line to order from. It can take days to get what you want, and you end up becoming more resourceful for what's in your fridge. And my quick story today is about how impressed I've been with Target and how quickly they're adjusting to paying their workers more money because of because of the dangers they're facing by being exposed to the virus, and B, how they're adjusting their store hours for public safety, and the different ways that they are providing. People can some of your items can be shipped, some of your items can be delivered using a delivery program called Shipt, which is confusing. You can also do in-store pickup, and you can do, now what they just added this week is called, now I forgot, door delivery. Basically, I made an order, and they emailed me when it was ready. I drove my van on over to the Target, and I parked it in the door pickup line, opened the back door I opened the trunk of my car. Somebody came out, they asked me my last name, they loaded my groceries into the back of my car, and I drove away. And yeah, I didn't see that being a part of my life. It was free. I imagine that once more people know about it, it's probably going to have to be adjusted, but maybe not. Maybe they'll just make more spots available in the parking lot where you can open up the trunk of your car and have people put groceries in. I don't know. The world is changing at such a rapid pace. It is hard to keep up, to wrap your head around it. But I just keep remembering every single day how grateful I am that my family has the resources we have, and searching for different ways to help and get resources to those people who need them the most, and to stand up for those workers who are on the front lines of the grocery stores, of the sanitation departments, cleaning up after us and getting paid poorly for doing so. So each day is a new opportunity to be creative in the ways that we can help each other.